Hello, welcome back to our anime. During the Star Tower arc, Long builds one of the most terrifying forces in the universe while he's still just a world master. 13 immortal level soul slaves that become his personal guard team and tactical strike force. Remember, this is based on the novel, so some details might differ from the donghua version. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's dive into everything you need to know about these 13 immortal soul slaves and see why they matter so much. Let's start with the context that makes this so ridiculous. Luo Feng is a world master when he enslaves these 13 immortals. That's like being a high school student commanding a team of Navy SEALs. The power gap is absolutely massive. Normal world masters get instantly crushed by immortals because the difference in divine power is just too huge. The key is Guang's soul amplitude of 3200. Normal world masters max out around 100 for soul amplitude. With 3200, he's operating at a level that most immortal kings can't even reach. This lets him use the 10,000 soul control technique to actually affect immortal level beings, which should be completely impossible at his cultivation realm. What people often miss is that this isn't just about having strong guards. These 13 immortals represent permanent power additions that can never be taken away. Once enslaved, they are his forever. They can't betray him, can't be stolen by enemies, and can't even be resurrected if killed because their souls no longer belong to themselves. Heavy Arrow is the most important soul slave Luo Feng captures, bar none. He's a limit immortal king. Over 8 meters tall, silver robe, black mask with intricate engravings, bow and arrow specialists from the automaton race camp. When Luo Feng enslaves him by reducing his divine body to 12% through fire god origin crystal and poison attacks, everything changes. Here is what people don't realize. Long directly controls Heavy Arrow's body like a puppet during Star Tower battles. By puppeting a limit immortal king, he can fight at that power level even though he's world master. This is how he kills dozens of other immortal kings and captures the rest of his soul slaves. The recovery cost over 120 billion mixed UN units just to restore Heavy Arrow's divine body. That's astronomical wealth. But the virtual universe company backing and Primal Chaos City leader resources make it possible. Heavy Arrow becomes a Luo Feng's primary combat body throughout the Star Tower arc. He's not just a guard, he's the weapon Luo Feng uses to dominate immortal level battles. Later, Heavy Arrow serves as a deterrent. When other immortals see Luo Feng as a limit immortal king soul slave, they understand he's not someone to provoke. That reputation saves Luo Feng from countless potential conflicts. King Honed Heart, King Ku Khan, and King Sorrow Demon, and are all pinnacle immortal Kingso spirit masters. And this is crucial for understanding how Luo Feng builds his army. These 3 specialize in soul control, which means they can help Long capture even more soul slaves. Honed Heart looks like a diamond man covered in crystals. What makes him invaluable is that pinnacle immortal king spirit masters can burn their divine bodies to massively amplify soul control power. When Luo Feng targets someone for enslavement, he can have Honed Heart burn divine power to boost the soul technique's effectiveness. It's like having an amplifier that makes each capture easier than the last. The compound growth effect is what people miss. Luo Feng uses existing soul slaves to capture new ones. When he wants to enslave King Tanjin, he sends these 3 spirit masters to forcibly restrain Tanjin after weakening him. 3 pinnacle immortal king spirit masters working together can overwhelm another immortal king long enough for Long to land the enslavement technique. Canopier's Black Road and Stonelight, while Sorrow Demon specializes in soul attacks. Together, they form the core team that enables exponential growth in Luo Feng's soul slave collection. Each new spirit slave makes the next enslavement operation smoother. Tanjin tried to betray Luo Feng at Star Tower using an elaborate trap with Kaimong Wang, but ends up enslaved instead. What matters more than the betrayal story is what Tianzhen brings to the team. He's a master of illusion and soul attacks with power comparable to the highest immortal kings. Having an illusion specialist as a soul slave means Luo Feng gains capabilities he doesn't naturally possess. Tianzhen can create false scenarios, manipulate perceptions, and launch devastating soul-based attacks. This diversifies Luo Feng's tactical options beyond just raw power. The irony that Tanjin used deception to try killing Luo Feng, then became his eternal slave, is important for understanding soul slavery's permanence. There's no undo button. Tanjin will view Luo Feng as the greatest master forever and use all his illusionist abilities in Luo Feng's service. What people often overlook is that Tanjin's expertise makes future enslavements easier. His soul attack mastery combines with the spirit and trio to create overwhelming force when targeting new candidates. It's strategic team building, not just random power collection. Extreme Rainbow represents an often missed aspect of soul slaves. They retain all their previous knowledge and expertise. When Long needs to name his 10,000-star sermon map treasure, he releases Extreme Rainbow and Honed Heart to get their advice. These beings have millions of years of experience across the universe. This shows Luo Feng's smart use of resources. He doesn't just treat soul slaves as combat tools. He leveraged their accumulated wisdom for decision-making, treasure evaluation, and strategic planning. Extreme Rainbow likely has specialized knowledge in specific laws or treasure types that complements Luo Feng's own understanding. The fact that soul slaves keep their personalities means they can provide genuine insights rather than just following orders blindly. They want to help their master succeed, so they offer their best advice. It's like having a council of ancient experts who are absolutely loyal and can't betray you. The remaining soul slaves, King Zhenjiang, King Metal Flag, King Jihong, King Mountain Howl, and King Fu, complete Luo Feng's 13 Immortal Guard team. Each brings specialized abilities that create a versatile tactical force. What people miss about having exactly 13 immortal soul slaves is the deployment flexibility. Luo Feng can station some at his mansion on Bohemia Island for protection. Remember, Honed Heart warns other heirs not to steal Long's treasures after Venerable Mud Swallowing's assassination attempt. Others form strike teams for specific missions. Some provide specialized support like law comprehension expertise or treasure identification. The total investment to maintain 13 immortals is astronomical. If Heavy Arrow alone cost 120 billion mixed UN units to recover, maintaining the full team requires resources that only someone backed by a virtual universe company could afford. But the return on investment is enormous. Long essentially has universe venerable equivalent total combat power while still at World Master realm. Here's the brilliant straight strategy people often don't fully appreciate. Luo Feng uses soul slaves to capture more soul slaves. And there's a critical tactical reason why. If Luo Feng attacks immortal targets directly, they immediately recognize the soul control threat and can auto-destroy themselves to avoid enslavement. Self-destruction is a last resort defense when facing soul techniques. But when Luo Feng sends his existing soul slaves to attack, those enemies think they are just fighting other immortals in normal Star Tower competition. They battle normally, get weakened through extended combat, and burn through their divine bodies without triggering auto-destruction instinct. By the time they are exhausted and can't resist soul techniques anymore, they also lack the strength to self-destruct. Only then does Luo Feng appear to perform the enslavement. Heavy Arrow provides combat power to wear them down. The Spirit Master Trio amplifies soul control during final enslavement. Tanjin's illusions keep targets confused about what's happening. Each new soul slave makes the next capture easier. Each new soul slave makes the next capture easier. It's exponential growth rather than linear. This is why Luo Feng can enslave so many powerful immortals in a relatively short time during Star Tower. He's not working alone. He's coordinating an entire team of immortal-level specialists. The Spirit Masters burning divine bodies to amplify soul techniques is key. This dramatically increases success rates when targeting strong opponents. Without this amplification, many enslavements would be impossible because the target's soul defenses would be too strong. This is crucial and often overlooked. Enslaved cultivators cannot be resurrected even by universe masters. When you kill a normal immortal, powerful beings can use time and space reversal to bring them back. But soul slaves, their souls no longer belong to themselves. If someone tries resurrecting a killed soul slave, they'd only create a dead, unusable body. This makes soul slavery the ultimate method for permanently removing enemy geniuses from the battlefield. It's why hostile factions fear it so much. You're not just defeating opponents, you're permanently converting them into your own forces. For Luo Feng, this means his 13 immortal soul slaves represent permanent power additions that enemy factions can't reclaim. Even if some die in battle, they are gone from the enemy's roster forever. It shifts the strategic balance permanently in his favor. People often wonder how long affords maintaining 13 immortal soul slaves. The answer is his connection to Virtual Universe Company and being the disciple of Primal Chaos City leader. These give him access to wealth that normal cultivators never see. Recovering Heavy Arrow alone cost over 120 billion mixed UN units. Equipping all 13 slaves with proper treasures, armor, and weapons requires additional massive investments. The Demon Sound Fire God Bell. He gives Heavy Arrow, for instance, as higher equipment that amplifies combat effectiveness. But the return on investment justifies everything. Having 13 immortals at his command while still World Master lets Luo Feng compete with Universe Venerables in total combat power. That's worth any resource cost or cost because it accelerates his rise astronomically. What many don't realize is these 13 immortals continue serving Luo Feng long after Star Tower. They become his core guard team, protect his family on Earth, handle sensitive missions he can't personally attend to, and provide tactical flexibility that single cultivators lack. When Long eventually breaks through to Immortal himself, he already has 13 Immortal King-level subordinates. That head start is enormous. Most newly ascended Immortals have no such support structure. His foundation for building influence and power is already set. The Soul Slaves also serve as deterrents. When other powers see Luo Feng commands 13 immortals, including multiple limit and pinnacle immortal kings, they think twice before provoking him. That reputation saves countless potential conflicts. So that's everything you need to know about Luo Feng's 13 immortal soul slaves from the Star Tower arc. From Heavy Arrow as the foundation enabling everything to the Spirit Trio creating compound growth to the permanent strategic advantage of having 13 immortal-level subordinates while still World Master. This soul slave army completely transforms Luo Feng's position in the universe. Which aspect did you find most interesting? The compound growth strategy, the resource economics, or the permanent advantage of soul slaves being unresurrectable? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this breakdown helped you understand why these 13 soul slaves are so crucial to Luo Feng's rise. This video will end here.